Welcome and thanks so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Deb Gillard, your host of the program, and today is Friday, June 8th. Thank you for joining us, whether it's locally here in the Owatonna area on cable TV, Charter Channel 8, or out on the internet. And of course, we do have a Facebook page right now, so if you head out to Owatonna Today Show on the Facebook page, you can like us and you will get notifications when we have our new programs uploaded. Please take note of our cell phone numbers and our email address on the screen throughout the course of the program as well. If you have information you'd like to get to us, events that are going on in the community, perhaps guest ideas or show topic ideas, we welcome your input there. And of course, we would not be coming to you at all if it were not for the very generous supportership of our Owatonna Today Show supporters, businesses and organizations and entities here in the community. We hope that you tell them thank you. We appreciate them very much and patronize their businesses and support their organizations when possible. Our premier supporters are the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Mayo Clinic Health System Owatonna, the Owatonna Public Utilities, and Safe and Drug Free Coalition of Steele County. Primary supporters are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Little Theater of Owatonna, Owatonna Care Center, and Steele County Historical Society. Interlude supporters include TPS Insurance, Summit Mortgage, Snap Fitness, Profinium Financial, Pizza Ranch of Owatonna, the Owatonna Business Incubator, Napa Auto Parts, Clancher and Son Landscaping and Concrete, Horizon Eye Care Professionals, Fairview Animal Medical Center, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Carlson Brandstead and Company CPAs, Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clare Bridge of Owatonna, Glenn Mager and Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, A+ Sew and Vac, and Abraham Consulting Technologies. And if you are interested in show supportership, please get a hold of Leanne at 390-5751. She'll be happy to get you a supporter packet. And if you are ever interested in making a contribution to the program, you may do so by sending it to Owatonna Today at 1130 North Elm here in Owatonna. A lot of great information for you today. When we come back from our first supporter break, we're going to be talking about KODA Living Community and what that's all about. You've probably seen the construction, and we're going to give you a little bit more in-depth information. Later on in the program, the Harry Wenger Marching Band Festival is right around the corner, and Kim Cosens will be joining us to talk about that. So let's take this first break, and we'll be right back. I'll clear my throat while we're gone, so we'll see you in just a minute.
I'm Dan Brandstead of Carlson Brandstead and Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Greetings from your newly opened History Center. As you can see, we are in the process of creating a new exhibit that will open soon. Please contact us at 451-1420 about facility use or rental and our exhibit and programming schedule. We look forward to welcoming you to the History Center, where you can explore the best in our county's history. Thank you.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us on this Friday, June 8th, and we welcome in studio Terry Schneider. How are you, Terry?
Very good. Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. And Lois Nelson, how are you?
Well, have to be wonderful on a Friday morning. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're here to talk about a lot of things having to do with KODA Living Community. But before we do, Lois has been on the program, or some of our viewers may recognize her from some of the other things she's involved in the community, but I don't know that we've ever had you on the program, Terry, so let's, at least not for many years, maybe since Todd was hosting.
Many years, yes.
So let's get to know you just a little bit. You've been with, in the area for how long?
Yes, I've been with Cedarview and Park Place since 2001.
All right.
And came here after putting in over 10 years with another company, and joined the Cedarview Park Place team as Administrator CEO.
Okay, and that's what brought you to the Owatonna Steele
Yes, it
County
is.
area? Okay,
Yes, it
well,
is.
welcome, and we're glad you're here. And you are Administrator CEO of that facility, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and then, so we know kind of the capacity that you're going to be talking about KODA Living Community. And Lois, your involvement with this is?
Well, I've got kind of a colored history with the development of Park Place back when, and have served on the Steele County Communities for a Lifetime Committee as research and design and all of this was being explored and then negotiated with the Benedictine Health Center. And it's now led to my serving in a board capacity representing, of course, northern Steele County in the Medford area, and also serve on the newly established Foundation Committee, which we'll be talking further this morning.
We shall. And so one of the things I wanted to make sure people see too, and we'll be talking about this in the informational materials, you've got some beautiful marketing, a beautiful marketing piece here for KODA Living Community, and it says Extend the Dream. And we want to start by talking a little bit about the difference, what is KODA Living Community and how does it relate to, there's my little note sheet there, and how it relates to Cedarview actually. How is it the same or how is it different?
Well, let's first talk about what Lois had brought up, that the beginnings actually started back in 2007 when Steele County commissioned a study on the future of long-term care and seniors. And that study also showed that by the year 2020, people 65 and over would increase by 53%.
That's amazing. What a
It
statistic.
really is.
Yeah.
And in addition to that is that people wanted, of course, care in the home, and we all want that. We would rather stay in our homes than go anywhere. So we looked at what was available here, and first of all, what was shown is that there really isn't a need for long-term care beds. I know that sounds contradictory, but the fact is if people want to stay in their own homes, we need to find other ways that we can supply that care.
Okay.
One thing they looked at is Cedarview right now is 108 beds. It was built in 71. They're all semi-private.
Okay.
That's a big negative. Nobody likes to share a room.
Okay.
It's just really tough because there's only one person that gets a window and one is closest to the bathroom. So that's a big problem. Also, it isn't conducive to providing a home-like environment that is very important for the healing process.
Okay.
So what they looked at is that we needed to do more of post-acute. And post-acute, subacute, transitional care, they're all really the same thing. It depends on what your company wants to call it.
Okay, and what does that mean to those of us who are not involved
So
with
what that means is that the post-acute care is basically somebody that comes out of the hospital that isn't quite ready to be home and needs that extra care, be it IVs, or be it extra rehab so that they're safe to go home.
Okay.
And usually post-acute care is 30 days or less that somebody is actually in the facility.
All right.
And then they're ready to go. I mean, we've had people stay just 2 days, we've had people stay 40 days, but the average is 28 to 30 days.
Okay, and then they're ready to head back home. Now,
Right.
that is a change, I'm guessing, from once upon a time as well, when some of these original facilities were built?
Right.
I mean, was the thought once in a nursing home, always in a nursing home at that
It
point?
really was. When I came here in 2001, I would say that it was rare that we had a short-term person come into the facility. But over the years, we've built that up, and I would say today we probably have 24 people in there.
Okay.
So,
difference.
yes, a big, big difference. There's just so much more needs with the short-term compared to the long-term, too, and what their needs are individually. So anyway, we are not set up at Cedarview to do that kind of care. It just does not work.
Yeah.
So with this committee that came across, that was commissioned by the Steele County also realized that even though they've been running the facility since way back in the 1800s, that it's getting a little bit more difficult because of what is needed from a long-term care facility and short-term stays.
Sure.
So they've decided that they needed to partner with somebody that was an expert. And I know that one of the things that was brought up at the senior expo, somebody said, well, why did you pick BHS? They walked off before they got an answer, but the reason they picked BHS is they look for the highest quality company that could lead our facility into the future.
Okay, and BHS stands for?
Benedictine Health Systems, out of Duluth.
Okay.
And they've been around since the 60s. And they are really stressing quality, and they're well known for quality and management all around Minnesota and nationwide, actually.
Okay.
So they joined forces in November 1st of 2010, and they started and incorporated as Steele County Communities for a Lifetime, Inc. What this is Steele County and Benedictine Health Systems that are 50-50 owners now.
Okay.
And I know that that can be confusing to people. It's no longer Steele County.
County run, all right.
Right. It is now run by Communities for a Lifetime.
Okay, all right.
And that consists of, again, like I said, Steele County and Benedictine Health Systems. And we have a board that is a community board. It is not a Steele County board. And the community, we do have 2 members from the county, 2 from Benedictine Health Systems, and we have 3 from the community that have been chosen to be representatives.
Okay.
And eventually, the people from BHS will be replaced by people from around the county because they prefer to have people around the county on the board to make it more of a community
Okay,
focus.
so it's a very planned evolution for this
Yes,
whole thing,
yes.
too. It sounds like that's a good point kind of for Lois to jump in then, too, because that is where exactly you're involved.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm on the board, and I'm a recent member of the board, just have joining this year. And again, it's a little selfish probably on my part because, you know, now I'm senior status, and this is,
It's okay.
you know, the whole amenities and the care are going to be different than, you know, what Grandpa and Grandma maybe experienced
Sure.
at Cedarview. Although, you know, I say that affectionately too because we've had personal family members there. But now for the new building, we do have amenities that aren't in the original bonding. And we're just asking the public to really consider a contribution. It might be in the name of the family. We still have some areas where even large donations could be naming rights. But it's things like going from the 36-inch wide bed to a 42-inch wide bed. And people that have been in a queen size or king size, you know, it is a comfort level having the portable lift systems in each and every room. All of this just is need of some extra dollars. So we'd ask the general public to either check out our website or give a call out to Cedarview asking for the KODA folder
information
and
right there.
consider making a contribution to the KODA Foundation, which will serve the residents of this county for a long time to come.
Okay. Well, we've barely scratched the surface, really, in finding out what's going on. In no time to really touch the construction and where that is or anything. So hopefully we'll be able to have you back on again and give us a little progress report as things continue forward.
That
I
would be
would hope
wonderful.
so.
We'd love to come back.
Okay, so please take a look at the website, give a call if you would like more information about the things that Lois and Terry talked about here. Certainly to look at making a contribution if you would be so inclined. So thank you very much for the information.
Yes.
And best of luck
Thank
to you as
you.
everything continues.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We'll take a break for our supporters and we'll be back to talk Marching Band Festival.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Rick Smith, Golf Course Superintendent of the Brooktree Golf Course. Brooktree is an 18-hole championship golf course featuring well-manicured greens, tees, and fairways. We are open to the public. I challenge you to find a better maintained golf course for the money we charge here at Brooktree. Come on out and play Brooktree, a great golf course.
Hello, I'm Matthew Camp, the new plastic surgeon at Mayo Clinic Health System of Owatonna and Albert Lee. I trained in medical school at Wake Forest in North Carolina and completed plastic surgery training in Southern California at Loma Linda. Plastic surgeons provide a wide range of aesthetic and reconstructive surgery. We operate from head to toe. I look forward to meeting you.
Hi, this is Amy Swain, certified audiologist and owner of Amy Swain Hearing Centers. Do you find you have difficulty hearing the television? Well, now there's a solution. There's a new hearing aid by Siemens Hearing Instruments that allows you to get a direct audio signal from your television set, and you actually hear the TV through your hearing aids. Call me at 451-3879 for an appointment, and I can give you a free demonstration. That's 451-3879 at Amy Swain Hearing Centers.
It's a beautiful night. What are you guys going to be doing tonight?
Well, I figured Jess and I are going to hang out for a little while. We're going to head down maybe to Mineral Springs and go frisbee golfing. And then I figured we grab a bite to eat and then go hit the late show at the movie theater.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, figured I'd be back around 11:30.
Okay. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people.
Mom would freak if she ever knew that I was really going down to the park to drink with some guys and smoke some weed. And then after that, we're going to Jess's house to party with some more guys. Oh my goodness, she's going to freak if she ever finds out. But it won't matter. She won't find out. We're going to have a blast.
So who are you going to meet down at Mineral Springs?
Well, Jess and I are going to go down together, and then maybe we'll meet up with the guys.
Which guys?
Alex and Jacob.
That's Alex Johnson and Jacob.
Jacob Smith.
Okay, I'm not sure that I've met Jacob Smith yet. His parents are who?
Marcy and Dan Smith.
Okay. And I thought that Alex was grounded.
Well, I think that he just got a...
Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us on this Friday, June 8th. And as promised, we have Kim Cosens with us to talk Harry Wenger Marching Band Festival. And that's always a mouthful whenever I say that.
It really
There's
is.
no way to really shorten it, is there? There's no acronym that you wanted to come up
Not
with
yet.
right now.
No,
And I
we just
wouldn't
have
either.
to deal with the whole name.
That's fine.
But it's a
and
great
that's fine.
name.
It's a very wonderful name because it certainly tips the hat to the Harry Wenger and the Wenger Corporation for their support since the event first started, which is we are in our
Third
year now.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
It is wonderful. I remember when this was all getting put together for the first time, and of course there were, you were experienced with marching band and marching
Right.
band festivals throughout,
Right.
but putting one together was no small feat, was it?
No, I tell you what, that's maybe the best thing to open with is a huge thank you to my committee. What a wonderful group of people that worked so very hard to put this festival together.
Yeah.
Just a great group of folks. We couldn't do it without them.
No.
It's one of those deals where, people don't really realize how many behind-the-scenes bodies it takes to put this together.
Yep.
And we have such high-quality folks working so very hard for the festival and then working the day of the festival in terms of volunteers. And maybe that's the first plug I would put out there is that, we need nearly 100 volunteers to make this
To
day
do
go.
what kinds of things? So if
Well,
somebody is thinking, well, yeah, I could do it. I have
Absolutely.
time that day. What might I be asked to do?
That's a great question. It's anything from hosting a band to being a judge's assistant, to helping with setup, to helping with the tear down. We've got just a wide variety of volunteers that work at intersections to control traffic, to make sure that the people that are carrying the banners and the signs get started at the right times, and that we get the shuttling of people at the end of the route back to the beginning of the route. So it's there's a lot of people that do a lot of things.
There's really a lot involved.
And we can't say thank you in a big enough way. They just work so hard. We're so grateful that they're willing to work at this great festival. But if you'd like to volunteer to work at the festival, our volunteer coordinator is Michelle Rashavi. Her phone number is 456-5251. I believe that Leanne will run that as a crawl at some point on the screen for you here.
Yep.
But she is the person that handles the coordination of all of our volunteers.
Okay, well, good. Michelle's your contact person there. There's her number up there right now, so if you're interested in being a part of that or seeing if there's something that you can do that
That's
day.
right.
Now, we're just a little over a week away from the event,
That's
so,
right.
come on, volunteers.
That's right.
They'll still find a place for you.
That's right.
But otherwise, everything is set to go. There were, the first year, I know it was, everything has a maiden voyage, and then you made some little tweaks and adjustments and
That's
things.
right.
You learn as you go, but really, last year ran very smoothly, and you really haven't needed to make any major changes, have you?
That's absolutely true. And I say that with my fingers crossed,
Well, of
but
course.
we have really put this together with a lot of thought. My history as a band director for all those years and the festivals that I went to helped me to look at saying, here's what I liked about festivals, here's what I didn't like about festivals. How can we create a festival that's designed to be a great experience for the band director, for the students, for the staff, for the parents, and as well as for our own local community? And so we really factored in all the things that sometimes a group of folks say, hey, let's put on a band festival as a fundraiser.
Right.
Well, their focus is in the wrong place. If you're really going to have a great festival, it needs to focus on the kids and their experience.
Yeah.
And so that's what we've done. We've got top quality judges that are coming in, and I'm, again, just very excited about the hard work that the people have done to put this together. We're very, very pleased. And yeah, the third annual already this year.
Well, let's talk about some of the bands that we're going to see, because I know last year as a spectator, I was so impressed by the variety of things that happen from these bands at schools. It's not your necessarily marching band of old. I mean, there are some really creative things that are going on.
That's really put nicely. It's not your parents' marching band. In fact, it's not even my marching band when I was a kid. I taught, and so it looks a lot like when I taught. But when I was a kid, you'd think of a parade. In fact, many parades that you go to still, you'll see a band that'll just be in what we call block formation. They're just lines and rows, and they just play a song and they march past you.
Which is wonderful, too.
It
Don't
is.
get me wrong. I love
It is.
that.
It's fantastic. But this event, if you've not been out to see a marching band festival in the last few years, I really encourage you to go because it's going to be exciting.
It's fascinating.
It's family friendly. It's a fun event, but you're going to see choreography, you're going to see changes of direction in the marching, certain students going over here while another group is going over here. You've got drums, you've got color guard, you've got a horn line. It's a fantastic...
It really is.
And you're so right when you say each band is so very different.
Yeah.
You think marching bands are all the same.
No.
Oh, each program has a different musical selection.
Music choices.
Yeah, and the way that they choose to put their routines together, it's very exciting to see the variety. Here are the schools we've got. We've got 3 classes. Small school, middle school, large school isn't necessarily the way that people would think of this. It really has to do with experience of the band, size of the band, and the last thing they factor in is really the size of the school. So we've got New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva in Class A, followed by Maple Grove and Henry Sibley, both rather large schools up in the metro, but smaller bands, less experience. And KMS stands for Kirkhoven, Murdoch, Sunburg, a consolidated school out in western Minnesota.
All right.
The AA class, St. Peter, we're glad to have them joining us this year.
All right.
Malacca, up north, they're coming all the way down here. Osseo, and 728 Cadets is a band out of the Rogers, Zimmerman, Elk River area, where they kind of consolidate and put that group together. Outstanding band. And the AAA class, the Mankato Lancers, which many of us are very familiar with, Alexandria, Waconia, and the Patriots out of St. Anthony Village, I believe, up in the cities. And then Owatonna in exhibition at the end. So
some of these are returnees, and just by what you were talking about, it sounds like some of them are new to our festival.
Right. We got a few new ones, but we are really feeling kind of a big compliment, and the schools that have been want to keep coming back. They really have found it to be a great festival. We've had several of them even tell us this is their favorite festival.
Oh,
in our 3rd year, that's pretty exciting that in 2 attempts it's become their favorite festival.
That is what you like to hear. Absolutely. So how will the day progress for those of us that are going to be spectating? And then
Absolutely. First thing I would say is get out early and get a chair or a blanket or something.
Save your spot.
That's right. There's 3 playing zones. The first one is up on Lincoln. If you want to take a look at the map here, you'll notice that we've got some playing zones marked. And up on Lincoln, playing zone 1 is between University and Phelps. It's kind of that area that's in front of the Trinity Church up there. Many people like to kind of sit on the hillside and enjoy that.
That's perfect.
Zone 2 is on Lincoln also, but it's between School and Academy. And then the Judges Zone is down at the intersection of Main Street and Elm. Any of those 3 places, if you sit in that area, you're going to be entertained and see every single band's performance. It's important to note the bands will not perform any place other than those 3 zones.
Okay, so they're just walking, getting there, getting to those performance areas.
Unlike other parades where they can play at a variety of times along the route, our festival has 3 distinct areas that all the bands will play in. So be in those 3 areas. The day starts with a patron event. We thank our patrons so much for their support. They give us a nice little financial boost, as well as the many sponsors and businesses. Owatonna People's Press, they do our program for us. They're a major sponsor for us. And of course, the Wenger Foundation. We couldn't do this without the Wenger Foundation, but what a tribute to a man who made such a difference in the lives of young musicians and also became a corporate leader and built a world-famous company with musical products in the Wenger Corporation. So then the event starts at 11 o'clock, but the patron event starts at 9:30. We have a special, neat little deal for the patrons, a nice brunch, some reserved tables, reserved seating, and the bleachers right there in the Judges Zone. They really get the best of the best, but they deserve it. They really do a lot of nice things for us. So then the parade itself starts at 11 o'clock. And it takes a few minutes for the bands to get down to the judging area. So if you're in the judges area, there'll be some announcements by our announcer, Pete Callan again. John Holland, honorary parade marshal, coming through first in the route. You'll get a chance to see John. He was a high school and junior high band director here, and we really are pleased to honor him this year with his contributions to instrumental music. So we've got so many different people that have done so much for this event. The awards usually about 1:30 over in Central Park.
Finished up by then.
The thing that you want to remember is it is a bands only event. So you're not going to see Shriners, you're not going to see anything else or floats in between the bands, and there needs to be a little bit of time for the judges to finish their comments get them on paper, run back to the start of the route. So if you're seated there in the judges area, sometimes there's 5-10 minutes between bands, and that's okay. It's a nice opportunity to just visit with the people around you and enjoy the day.
Exactly, exactly. And we, of course, cross our fingers, too, for the very best of weather.
That's right. Pray for good weather. Week from tomorrow, pray for good weather.
Yes, and please get a hold of Michelle Rashavi again, as we mentioned, if you're interested in volunteering. But otherwise, get out and enjoy the 3rd annual Harry Wenger Marching Band Festival. It's going to be wonderful on Saturday, June 16th. And again, it's going to be a great event. Thank you so much for all your work, putting it together and bringing all these people together and having a great festival. We know it's going to be a good one.
It'll be a great one.
Thank you again, Kim. We'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll be back to wrap up.
Hi, I'm Molly Tichenel, manager and personal trainer at Snap Fitness, your 24-hour fitness solution. Snap Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
The Owatonna Care Center is excited to announce our new partnership with Dr. Middle and Dr. Wilcox of Long-Term Care Professionals. This partnership ensures that residents can be seen right here at the Owatonna Care Center when needed. With the special on-site care long-term care professionals will be delivering to our facility, our goal is to decrease hospital visits and ensure special one-on-one care for each resident. Long-term care professionals and the Owatonna Care Center are dedicated to improving the clinical management for our residents, ensuring that they receive the highest quality of care.
Hello, I'm Shawn McNulty with the Sterling House Assisted Living, a part of Brookdale Senior Living. Our mission is to enrich the lives of those we serve with compassion, respect, excellence, and integrity. We are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. It's time to wrap up the day here on this Friday, June 8th, with a few announcements. Catholic Daughters Court 1180 hosting the installation of officers for the district at a 6:30 p.m. Mass at Sacred Heart Church on Tuesday, June 12th. Members and guests are invited to attend. Practice for the new officers begins at 6 o'clock, and there will be a social hour with refreshments. If you're interested in finding out about that event or more about the Catholic Daughters, Ramona Wesley is the person to call, 451-5047. The Born Learning Program is having the 3rd in their series of parenting classes. These are for pregnant mothers or those with children birth to 6 months. These are free. They've had a couple of good classes going on so far with all sorts of things about taking care of your baby. This particular one coming up on Tuesday, June 12th, is about car seat safety. There is a lot to know, a lot to learn to make sure that your baby is as safe as possible for you to know and for and everyone else around you. If you're going to have other people transporting your children like grandparents and things, there's a lot of good information that you can pass along. Please get a hold of Lori at 676-0889, 676-0889. Let her know that you will be attending the car seat safety class. That will be at 6 to 8 o'clock this coming Tuesday in the second floor conference room at 560 Donnell Drive. And of course, just to talk to her about the Born Learning Program if you or someone else that you know might be interested. The Steele County Historical Society is hosting its second roundtable discussion. That will be next Thursday, June 14th at the History Center. The topic will be Beaver Lake, and the MC will be Todd Hale. Panelists include Bob Hansen, Barb Mratz, Noreen Jensen, Lloyd Kaplan, and Bill Kotke. Presentation begins at 7 o'clock in the Wenger room of the History Center, and the discussion correlates then with the Beaver Lake exhibit that is currently on display. Each roundtable session is about an hour long. It is an opportunity for you, the community, come and share your memories and thoughts, again, with the panel that is there, and so do take part in that. If you have questions about the roundtable or anything else going on at the History Center, 451-1420 is the number to call. Coming up next week on the Owatonna Today Show, we'll have our Owatonna Police Department update. We'll be talking Steele County Humane Society, the new maintenance building for the county. We'll have Plant Ladies and Penny the Therapy Dog as focuses for next week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.